Well, it's a while since I've done a video from my studio, so I thought this would be a great opportunity. I've just finished this Italian poem, and I don't profess to read or write Italian. I wish I did, because it's such a musical language, and as a musician, I love to hear Italian with all of those vowels at the end of each word. It sounds lovely. But I'm assured that within the poem there's reference to a rose, and so I've used a dog rose for the decoration around the gilded letter I. We're going to look first of all at the actual script itself, which I've written with my favourite colour, chestnut India ink. And the great thing about the chestnut ink is that it works really well with this off-white cotton paper. And also, can you see how there are different shades? So the S and the Q there are lighter because there was much less ink on the actual nib. And then I refill the nib, and you can see it's very much darker there, and it goes gradually lighter again. So you get this lovely kind of wash of different hues of brown across the page, which I think really works well. And then the third reason for using the chestnut ink all the time is that it really helps whatever colours I use in the decoration to pop on the page. There's just something about those shades. And of course, they're the colours I've used in the decoration process, like a pink, a white, two greens and a yellow. And it really helps those to pop. We've got very strong lines in this Celtic script. You can see, for example, the L's here, tall L's that rise upwards with very thick, chunky, triangular serifs, the kind of serifs you find in the Book of Kells. And then the N, which is almost directly out of the Kells, very strong downward lines, again the serifs, and then this lovely sweep. And then I've added my own little references here. We've got an M, which falls downwards. It kind of carries on going at the end, and a complementing H there, very similar to the M. And then you can see the D. I love those Ds with that kind of lipped top, like a quiff on the top of the D. I really like those. So that's the actual body of text itself. And then for the decoration, we've got an I, and I've gilded the I in 22 karat gold, but I haven't gilded it in the sort of usual uniform way that I would. What I've done is, because we've got this rose entwined around the letter, and you can see it's gone behind the letter here, and then in front of, behind and in front of. On the two times it's gone in front of the letter, I've pooled the gilding size just above the two stems there, and to make it look like it's almost water that's kind of formed as it's dripping down, and it's kind of being caught by the stem. And I really like that look. It isn't a usual thing to do, but I just really like it. And then we've got these sharpened, typical Rosa Helvetica leaves, probably smaller in relation to the flower than you'd see normally, but this is a stylized rendition, I suppose. So we've got these lovely leaves, and I've made sure that some go up, some go down, some are small like here, some are bigger, and at the top, for a bit of added interest, I've added two together. And then for the flower itself, I've used this lovely white India ink, which is really gloopy, and it's a nightmare to keep white, because as you dip your nib in the ink, as it were, you've just got to make sure that the nib is always very clean. And then you've got the pearlescent pink colour, which I've used around the sides of the petal there, and as it dries it kind of bleeds its way down the petal, so to get that lovely Rosa Helvetica effect. And then we've got reference in the poem itself actually to falling petals, apparently, I'm told. So we've got two falling petals there. And so the final result really is just a very simplified piece of calligraphy. I like to keep calligraphy as simple as possible, really, make it look nice. And this is very much like the kind of style of calligraphy that you could have commissioned. You've still got plenty of time before Christmas if you'd like something, a poem or a prayer or a blessing or an inspirational saying, or even just someone's name or the family members' names written like this with some decoration. You've got plenty of time before Christmas to get that arranged. So do let me know what you'd like doing, and I'll produce something for you. Thanks very much for watching, and thanks very much for your support.